Welcome back to Decoding AI for You, the 5-minute deep dive. I want to start with a statistic that should get everyone's attention. 87% of organizations now say AI is core to their competitive strategy. That's not 87% of tech companies. That's 87% of all organizations across industries. Now let me ask you a direct question. Is your company one of them? If you're not sure, or if the answer is no, then the next 10 minutes could be some of the most important strategic minutes you spend this quarter. This isn't about being trendy or following the latest technology fad. This is about survival and competitive advantage in an increasingly AI-driven marketplace. Today, we're going to explore exactly how AI is reshaping business strategy and what you as leaders need to be thinking about right now. Let's start by understanding where we stand in the strategic landscape. Before we dive into implications, let's get our bearings on where the business world currently stands with AI adoption. What we're seeing is a clear stratification in the market. While 87% say AI is core to their strategy, the reality of implementation varies dramatically. We have three distinct groups emerging. First, the AI leaders, about 20% of organizations. These are the companies fully integrating AI into their core operations and seeing measurable results. Second, the AI adopters, roughly 50%. These organizations are experimenting with AI, have some pilots running, but haven't achieved strategic integration yet. Third, the AI laggards, about 30%. These companies are still in the research and discussion phase. The critical insight here is that the gap between leaders and laggards is widening rapidly. The companies in that top 20% aren't just a little ahead, they're pulling away from the pack in terms of operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and market position. So what exactly are these AI leaders doing differently? Let's examine the 5 strategic areas where AI is creating the biggest impact. The first strategic area is operational efficiency, and the numbers here are compelling. We're not talking about marginal improvements, we're talking about substantial competitive advantages. Companies implementing AI-driven automation are seeing transportation costs reduced by 5 to 10%, logistics costs down by 15%, and delivery reliability improved by 20%. But here's the key strategic insight. 46% of organizations are already achieving positive ROI from their AI implementations. Let me put this in perspective. If your competitor is operating with 15% lower logistics costs and 20% better delivery reliability, how long can you maintain competitive pricing and customer satisfaction? This isn't just about efficiency. It's about strategic positioning. The companies that are succeeding aren't just automating individual processes. They're rethinking entire operational workflows with AI at the center. They're asking, what if we could anticipate supply chain disruptions before they happen? Or, what if we could optimize our entire logistics network in real time? This is strategic thinking, not just operational optimization. But operational efficiency is just the beginning. The real strategic differentiation comes from how AI transforms customer relationships. Here's where AI becomes a true strategic differentiator. Your customers now expect Amazon-level personalization, regardless of your industry. And AI is the only way to deliver that expectation at scale. The data is clear. Companies using AI for personalization see a 20% increase in sales, 25% higher ROI, 20% better customer retention, and 25% increase in customer satisfaction scores. These aren't just nice-to-have metrics. These are strategic KPIs that directly impact your market position. But here's the strategic insight that many leaders miss. This isn't about replacing human interaction. It's about enhancing it. AI allows your human team to focus on high-value interactions, while AI handles routine personalization and support. Think about it strategically. If your customer service team could focus entirely on complex problem-solving and relationship building, while AI handled 80% of routine inquiries, what would that do to your customer satisfaction scores? What would that do to your team's job satisfaction and retention? The companies winning this game are using AI to create what I call effortless experience, where the customer gets exactly what they need, when they need it, without having to ask for it. This leads us to perhaps the most important strategic consideration: competitive advantage. This is where AI moves from being a useful tool to being a strategic weapon. Organizations with integrated AI platforms are delivering 2 to 3 times greater ROI than those using isolated AI solutions. Let me say that again. 2 to 3 times greater ROI. Amazon achieved a 35% sales boost through AI-powered recommendations. But here's what's interesting. It's not just about the recommendation engine. It's about the entire ecosystem of AI-driven insights that inform inventory management, pricing strategies, supplier relationships, and customer acquisition. The strategic question you need to ask is, what insights could we gain if we could analyze 100% of our customer interactions, market data, and operational metrics in real time? Most of your competitors are still making decisions based on monthly reports and quarterly reviews. AI-enabled companies are making decisions based on real-time data and predictive analytics. This creates what I call the AI divide, a growing gap between companies that can see around corners and those that are still looking in the rearview mirror. The companies that establish this capability first don't just gain an advantage, they often redefine their entire industry. But with great power comes great responsibility, and that brings us to our next critical strategic consideration. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, AI governance. This isn't just about being ethical, although that's important. This is about strategic risk management. The EU AI Act is now in effect, with potential fines up to 7% of global annual turnover. That's not a compliance cost. That's a strategic business risk that could fundamentally impact your organization's future. But here's the strategic opportunity. Companies that proactively adopt responsible AI practices aren't just avoiding fines. They're building competitive advantages. In a world where consumers are increasingly concerned about data privacy and algorithmic bias, responsible AI becomes a brand differentiator. The strategic framework here is simple. Build governance into your AI strategy from day one, not as an afterthought. Establish clear guidelines, assign oversight responsibilities, and make ethical AI a core value proposition. The companies that get this right will own the high ground in customer trust and regulatory compliance. The companies that get this wrong will face not just financial penalties, but reputational damage that can take years to recover from. This brings us to perhaps the most exciting strategic opportunity: innovation and new business models. This is where AI transforms from a cost center to a profit center. AI isn't just about doing existing things better, it's about doing things that were previously impossible. We're seeing companies create entirely new revenue streams through AI-enabled services, predictive maintenance as a service, AI-powered personalization platforms, data-driven consulting services. These aren't just product extensions. These are entirely new business models. The strategic question is, what new value can we create if we had AI capabilities that our competitors don't have? Netflix didn't just use AI to recommend movies. They used AI insights to create original content. Spotify didn't just use AI to recommend songs. They used AI to create personalized playlists that became a core differentiator. The companies that are winning this game are asking, what if we could predict customer needs before they express them? What if we could create products that adapt to individual user preferences? What if we could enter entirely new markets because AI makes previously impossible services profitable? This is strategic innovation, not just operational improvement. So let's bring this all together with a strategic framework for action. Let's talk numbers. These are the metrics that matter for strategic planning and board reporting. In customer experience, we're seeing 25% average improvement in satisfaction scores and 20% increase in retention rates. In operations, cost reductions of 10 to 30% and efficiency improvements of 15 to 40%. In innovation, time to market reductions of 20 to 50% and new revenue streams representing 5 to 15% of total revenue. But here's the strategic insight. These metrics compound. A 25% improvement in customer satisfaction leads to higher retention, which leads to lower acquisition costs, which leads to higher profitability, which leads to more investment in AI capabilities. The companies that are succeeding aren't just tracking these metrics, they're using them to create strategic feedback loops. They're asking, how can we use our AI-driven customer insights to improve our operational efficiency? How can we use our operational AI to create better customer experiences? This is systems thinking applied to AI strategy. So what does this mean for your strategic planning? Here's your strategic action plan. This isn't about becoming a tech company. It's about becoming an AI-enabled company. First, include AI in every strategic planning discussion. When you're discussing market expansion, ask, how could AI accelerate this? When you're discussing customer retention, ask, how could AI improve this? When you're discussing operational efficiency, ask, how could AI optimize this? Second, conduct an AI audit of your current strategy. Take your top 3 strategic objectives and evaluate how AI could accelerate achieving them. This isn't about finding AI use cases. It's about finding strategic acceleration opportunities. Third, invest in AI training and talent development. Your existing team needs to understand AI capabilities and limitations. Your strategy depends on having people who can think strategically about AI applications. Fourth, establish AI governance frameworks before you need them. Build responsible AI principles into your strategic planning process. Make ethics and compliance strategic advantages, not operational constraints. The companies that succeed with AI strategy aren't just implementing AI. They're reimagining their entire business model through an AI lens. Let me leave you with a final thought and clear call to action. Let's recap what we've covered today. AI should be a pillar of your business strategy. It drives operational efficiency, creates customer delight, provides competitive intelligence, requires new governance frameworks, and unlocks innovation opportunities. But here's the strategic reality. 99% of Fortune 500 companies are already using AI in some capacity. The question isn't whether to adopt AI. It's how quickly and strategically you can integrate these capabilities into your competitive advantage. Here's your immediate action plan. In your next leadership meeting, and I mean your very next one, dedicate 15 minutes to discuss where AI could deliver the most strategic value for your organization. Don't just talk about AI projects, talk about AI strategy. Ask these questions. What strategic goals could AI help us achieve faster? What competitive advantages could AI help us build? What new business models could AI enable? The companies of tomorrow are being built with AI today. The strategic decisions you make in the next 90 days will determine whether your organization is leading this transformation or playing catch-up. Those who weave AI into their strategy will likely lead their industries. Those who don't risk becoming footnotes in someone else's success story. Thank you for your attention. The future belongs to AI-enabled organizations. Let's make sure yours is one of them. In our next video, we discuss identifying and scaling AI use cases and what business like you need to do to become AI leaders. If you're interested in seeing more examples of how AI is used in different industries, check out our more than 100 deep dive videos which provide real-world examples of how AI is used in different industries. Thanks for watching Decoding AI for You. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep exploring the future of AI together. And as always, stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Decoding AI for You.